Welcome to our exploration of wisdom today, starting with this powerful quote: "Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility." Proverbs 18:12. This profound statement, tucked away in the ancient texts of Proverbs, holds a timeless truth that is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. Let's dissect this a little. What it tells us is that pride and arrogance often precede downfall, while humility, on the other hand, is the precursor to honor and glory. Humility, therefore, is not a sign of weakness as it is often misconstrued, but a powerful quality that paves the way to respect and admiration. To be humble is to acknowledge that we are not the center of the universe, that we are part of a much larger tapestry of life. It's about acknowledging our strengths and our weaknesses, our victories and our failures. It's about recognizing that we are all interconnected and that every individual we encounter has something to teach us. Humility is a virtue that requires courage. It takes strength to admit when we are wrong, to ask for help when we need it, and to put others before ourselves. But it is this very humility that allows us to grow, to learn, and to truly succeed. When we approach life with a humble heart, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new knowledge, and new growth. We allow ourselves to be molded, shaped, and refined by our experiences. We become better learners, better leaders, and better human beings. In contrast, pride and arrogance close us off from the world. They build walls around us, preventing us from seeing our own faults and from learning from our mistakes. They blind us to the wisdom and knowledge that others have to offer, and ultimately, they lead to our downfall. So let's strive to cultivate humility in our hearts. Let's seek to learn from every experience and every individual we encounter. Let's remember that true honor and glory come not from self-promotion, but from selfless service. Remember, humility is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful quality that paves the way to honor and glory. Now, we turn to the book of Job, a tale that powerfully illustrates the concept of humility. In the heart of this ancient story, we encounter Job, a man who had everything: wealth, family, and respect within his community. But in a swift turn of events, he lost it all. Yet, even in the face of such profound adversity, Job's humility remained steadfast. Consider the moment when Job received the news of his misfortunes. He did not rage against the heavens, nor did he curse his fate. Instead, he fell to the ground in worship, saying, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." This is a potent demonstration of humility. Job recognized that all he had was not truly his, but blessings from the Lord. He understood that his wealth, his family, and his status were not entitlements, but gifts to be cherished. His humility was a testament to his strength and faith, a beacon of light shining through the dark veil of his trials. We also see Job's humility in his interactions with his friends. Despite their harsh criticisms and flawed advice, Job listened. He did not reject their words out of pride or arrogance. Instead, he engaged in dialogue, wrestling with their arguments and seeking understanding. This humility in discourse is a profound display of strength, revealing a man committed to truth and wisdom above personal pride. In the end, it was Job's humility that paved the way for his restoration. When he finally encountered God in the whirlwind, he did not demand justice or plead his case. Instead, he humbly accepted God's sovereignty, saying, "I know that you can do all things. No purpose of yours can be thwarted." As Job's story shows, humility is a powerful tool in overcoming adversity and achieving glory. Turning our attention to the book of Psalm, we find further evidence of the link between humility and glory. Throughout this sacred book, we encounter numerous verses that underline the profound relationship between the two. In Psalm 25, verse 9, it is written, "He guides the humble in what is right and teaches them his way." Here the psalmist acknowledges the divine guidance that comes with humility. It's an affirmation that when we humble ourselves, we open ourselves up to God's teachings and his path for us. It's an invitation to trust, to surrender, and to allow our lives to be guided by a power greater than our own. In Psalm 18, verse 27, we read, "You save the humble but bring low those whose eyes are haughty." This verse speaks to the idea that those who are humble, those who are willing to put aside their ego and pride, are the ones who are saved. On the other hand, those who are proud and refuse to acknowledge their need for God are brought low. It's a powerful reminder of the glory that awaits those who choose the path of humility. And then there's Psalm 51, verse 17. "The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart, O God, you will not despise." This verse is a testament to the power of humility in the face of adversity. It reminds us that God values a humble heart, a heart that recognizes its own limitations and is willing to admit its need for divine intervention. These verses, among others, weave a powerful narrative about the glory that comes with humility. They offer a glimpse into the divine perspective, where humility is not seen as weakness, but as a strength. As the psalmist writes, "The humble will see their God at work and be glad. Let all who seek God's help be encouraged." Psalm 69:32. In the end, it is the humble who are uplifted, who witness the glory of God at work in their lives, and who find encouragement in their faith. Such is the glory found in the book of Psalm, a glory that shines brightest in the heart of the humble. What happens when humility and glory intersect? Let's explore this fascinating concept. When humility and glory meet, it's like a harmonious dance that celebrates the best parts of our humanity. We see this dance vividly portrayed in the timeless narratives of the Book of Job and the Book of Psalm. In the Book of Job, we see a man who, despite losing everything, maintains his humility and integrity. It is in his humility, in his steadfastness, that Job experiences a resurgence of glory. His life is restored, his wealth multiplied, and he is blessed with a new family. Job's humility enabled him to pass through the dark night of the soul and emerge into the light of glory. On the other hand, the Book of Psalm provides us with a different perspective on the intersection of humility and glory. The psalmist often speaks of the glory of God and how His majesty humbles us. In the face of such glory, we are reminded of our humanity, our limitations, and our need for divine grace. We may not be kings or prophets, but the principles remain the same. Humility can lead to glory. When we are humble, we recognize that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. We acknowledge our limitations, and in doing so, we open ourselves up to growth, to learning, and ultimately, to glory. Conversely, glory can make us humble. When we experience moments of glory, we are reminded of the journey that brought us there. We remember the struggles, the failures, and the lessons learned. In our glory, we can look back and see how far we've come, and that can be a humbling realization. So, where does that leave us? In a world that often seems to value pride and self-promotion, how do we navigate this dance between humility and glory? The answer lies in understanding that they are not mutually exclusive, but rather, they are two sides of the same coin. Remember, humility and glory are two sides of the same coin, and understanding their link can lead to a more fulfilling life. How can we practice humility in our everyday lives, and how can this lead to glory? Humility is not about self-deprecation or belittling oneself, but about recognizing our strengths and weaknesses. It's about understanding that we are part of a larger picture, that we are not the center of the universe. To practice humility, we need to start by listening more and talking less. Often, we are so eager to express our thoughts and ideas that we don't give others the chance to share theirs. Listening, truly listening, not only shows respect to others but also opens our minds to different perspectives, helping us to grow and learn. Another way to practice humility is by acknowledging our mistakes. Nobody is perfect and we all make errors. Owning up to our mistakes, apologizing when necessary, and learning from these experiences shows a great deal of humility. It's not about always being right, but about being open to the possibility that we could be wrong. Furthermore, we can practice humility by expressing gratitude. Recognizing the role of others in our success and thanking them for their contribution fosters a sense of humility. It helps us to remember that we are not alone, that we rely on others, and that we are part of a community. But why is practicing humility important? Humility allows us to be more open and receptive to new ideas and experiences. It fosters personal growth and self-improvement. It builds stronger, more genuine relationships with others. And ultimately, it paves the way to glory. Glory here is not about fame or wealth, but about achieving personal fulfillment, about being the best version of ourselves. It's about reaching our full potential and living a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. Humility precedes glory because it is the foundation upon which personal growth and fulfillment are built. Without humility, we are likely to become complacent, to stop learning and growing. But with humility, we continue to strive for improvement, to reach for our goals, to seek out new experiences and challenges. By embracing humility, we can pave the way to personal glory and a more fulfilling life. How can we embrace glory without losing our humility? This is a question that has perplexed many of us. We've seen the heights of success, the adulation, and the recognition. But how do we hold on to that without letting it cloud our judgment, without letting it inflate our ego? Let's delve into the wisdom of the scriptures to understand this better. In the book of Job, we see a man who, despite experiencing immense glory and wealth, never lost sight of his humility. He knew that his glory was not of his own making, but a blessing. When he lost everything, he did not curse his fate, but accepted it with humility, understanding that the same hand that gives also takes away. In the book of Psalm, we find another profound message about glory and humility. The psalmist writes, "He raises the poor from the dust and lifts the needy from the ash heap. He seats them with the princes of his people." This verse illustrates that glory is not a birthright or a product of human effort alone, but a gift from above. It is given to those who are humble enough to understand their place in the grand scheme of things and accept their blessings with gratitude. Embracing glory, then, is not about basking in the limelight or reveling in our achievements. It's about acknowledging the divine hand that has played a role in our success. It's about understanding that our glory is not just for us to enjoy, but also a means to serve others. It's about holding on to our humility, even when we're on top of the world. So the next time you find yourself at the pinnacle of success, remember Job and the psalmist. Remember that your glory is a gift, not a testament to your greatness. Use your glory to uplift others, to make a difference, and most importantly, remain humble. For it is humility that makes glory truly meaningful. Remember, true glory comes from humility and a genuine understanding of our place in the world. We hope this exploration of humility and glory has given you new insights and inspirations. As we journeyed through the narratives of Job and the Psalms, we've seen how humility is not a sign of weakness, but a testament of strength. It is a quality that empowers us to see beyond ourselves, to understand our own limitations, and to realize the vastness of life's experiences that await us. Reflecting on the book of Job, we discovered how humility allows us to endure hardships and trials with grace and courage. It teaches us to surrender our ego, to accept the uncertainties of life, and to trust in the divine wisdom that guides our path. In the book of Psalms, we've seen how glory is not a reward for our ego, but a celebration of our spiritual growth. It is a testament to the power of faith, the strength of perseverance, and the beauty of a humble heart. The intersection of humility and glory is not a point of contradiction, but a convergence of our human experience. It's where we learn to embrace our vulnerabilities, to appreciate our achievements, and to strive for a life of purpose and meaning. In our everyday lives, this wisdom can be a guiding light. Practicing humility can help us to stay grounded, to appreciate the simple joys of life, and to cultivate meaningful relationships. Embracing glory in a humble way can inspire us to pursue our dreams, to overcome our challenges, and to make a positive impact in the world. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content. As you go about your day-to-day, we encourage you to practice humility, to seek glory in a humble way, and to remember the wisdom of the ancients. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. Proverbs 18:12. Until next time, remember, humility precedes glory.